Goodbye, Whiterun. I'm done with the big city. I'm gonna live the country life from now on. Not that I didn't like the big city, but there's just too much going on in Skyrim with the return of Alduin and the whole Civil War and all the madness. And I just gotta get away from it all. I decided to move to Riverwood, a small town that is close enough to Whiterun where in a few days travel I can visit family, but away from the madness. I don't know how long that wolf's been dead, but I gotta get moving. Where there's one wolf, there's usually more. Ooh, look, there's elk and some majestic waterfall. That's gorgeous. And nice to be just in nature, just sort of, crisp blue sky, some dreamy clouds, a hazy sun, some nice fresh smell of the pines. Oh, right, I forgot. Riverwood's a logging down, so they might have cut some trees down around here. Yep, it's right at the foot of the throat of the world. The largest mountain in Skyrim and perhaps all of Tamriel. That's where the Greybeards keep their vigil and their monastery way, way high up, even above the clouds. It's crazy. Yep, I think we're getting near Riverwood. There's more down trees. I think we've got how do you say, it's kind of a lumber mill town. It's so peaceful, just being so close to just the river and just right off the mountain. The spring probably isn't that far away from here. Yeah, there's a fresh spring that's feeding right into the river. It's gorgeous. So every morning I can take a drink of water right from the spring. Crazy. Very humble. There's the mill over there. I'm gonna see if I can get some work over there at the mill. I think that's the main place to work in town. If I can't get a job there, I probably can't stay. I doubt they have a job opening for me at the inn here. Aptly named the Sleeping Giant Inn. Under the Sleeping Giant itself, throat of the world. And in case if worse came to worse, it looks like they do have some walls here for defense. Looks like they keep maybe do some farming, keep some yaks, some chickens. Hey, how's it going? You want to say hi? Oh, he looks depressed. It's like there's somebody's child and their pet up there on the overlooking the wall. It's like a brother and sister. They're probably their homestead with their parents. These are probably the where the townsfolk live here. So I'm guessing there's probably less than, I don't know, like 20 people that live in this town. Hey!
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
That's a good welcome. It's always encouraging.
We're a small village, but we work hard and take care of our own.
Can you tell me about Riverwood?
It's my mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too, but it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes.
So I'm still under the watchful eye of the Jarl from Whiterun, but I am kind of away from the whole Civil War, and kind of it looks like she's kind of in charge of collecting the taxes for the Jarl in town and owns the lumber mill, so I better make sure I'm on her good side.
And by supplies, I suppose you mean weapons and armor? Alvor can help you out. He's our blacksmith.
Looks like they got a town blacksmith too. That's kind of encouraging in case I need to sharpen my axe. He's here. Say hello.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
Or if worse comes to worse, maybe I could work at the forge. I think I'd rather learn a craft than do the lumber mill, and that way I'll have a trade under my belt. Need any help around the forge?
Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead.
Well, easier said than done. Can I use the forge then?
I see no harm in it, if you have the skill. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor.
I don't know if I have the...
You've got the raw materials. You can use the forge to make something new.
I don't know if I have the skill, but there's a first time for everything.
Good day.
Yeah, he gave me the materials to forge an iron dagger. Let's see if we can do it.
Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing.
Maybe we'll sharpen it.
You looking for a new blade? Not bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there.
I just did though. Maybe I need to sharpen it just a bit longer. Okay, I didn't temper it long enough. Yeah, I could kind of get away from the craziness, learn a trade, just kind of enjoy the small town life.
Iron or steel is what you... This looks good. You put time into your blades. They'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack. Good day.
So he's kind of a blacksmith, but he's kind of a jack of all trades, where he also is a bit of a tanner and uses that to probably make fur armor. Wonder if he can forge steel, or if that's above his skill level. Oh, this is how he makes leather. Okay, I get it. Interesting.
You looking for a new blade? Ah, good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps, fittings, that kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need. Aye.
I don't know how many leather straps we need per se. Okay, here we go.
Iron or steel is what you need. Leave that fancy elven stuff to the elves. You the sneaky type? Got some nice daggers around here somewhere.
I don't know if that's the best advertisement. Or what you're implying, sir.
Yeah?
Let's see. What else? What were you supposed to make? You made a dagger. Was it something out of leather, I thought? Well, at least we got our teeth wet, and I think I learned a thing or two about smithing, which is very encouraging. Yeah, I could get used to this. Waking up every morning, taking a drink from the fresh spring that flows right into the river, right from the mountain. Maybe taking a hike up the throat of the world. Probably not all the way up, but, you know, hiking along the mountain trails. Very romantic. But a lot of it's going to hinge on how well you get along with the villagers. Because I'm sure gossip is king in a town this small. And, yeah, if you rub someone the wrong way, it probably sticks with them. Looks like there's a couple patrons. Ooh, they even have a bard, so they even have entertainment. It's kind of cool. Roaring fire. It's not quite the bannered mare, but it'll do.
We got rooms and food. Need a room? Talk to Delphine.
Yeah, we'll stay the night and we'll ask the blacksmith in the morning maybe about staying on a more permanent basis, or at least apprenticing.
We drink to our youth, today's come and gone.
Looking at the Riverwood trader had his store broken into the other night. Oddly enough, barely anything's been stolen.
Drive out the storm cloaks and restore
Crazy. Looks like there's some theft in town. That's not good.
take back our
Other than the blacksmith, is there any other places to work?
Take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
kings. On the day of your
Huh.
we will drink
And I could always pick up some side hustles with maybe collecting some bounties.
and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies. But this land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our dreams.
You can't escape politics no matter where you go. Well, it's kind of a nice original piece. Yeah, maybe we'll talk to him. That guy's pretty skilled.
Faendal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me. She's already mine, I keep telling him.
So it looks like he's got some lady troubles. It looks like the galley that he loves is seeking another person, or maybe the more likely story is that he likes a gal that doesn't like him. And he's, you know, sore about it. I get it's what it sounds like, but you and Faendal both like the same girl?
Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting his time.
He sounds persistent. Why don't you compete with him, you know? Yes, two people spending time together never blossoms in the courtship. Yeah, man, you gotta man up, get some chutzpah, get some cojones, and go talk to her, man.
You may be right. Camilla may see Faendal as little more than a friend, but why take chances? Here, give Camilla this letter. It's full of venomous nonsense. Tell her it's from Faendal.
I'm already getting involved in small town drama. That's the last thing I need. To start out with a bad impression. Well...
At the Bard's College in Solitude. They train bards and skalds like myself. If you go there, talk to Viarmo. He's the headmaster.
Huh.
All right, then.
So, that's another thing to think about. I'm a single guy, and it sounds like there's not that many single women in town, so that might not be good. This might be a good place to stay for a little while, but not too long. Huh, the Riverwood Trader. I wonder... Ah,
Maybe
there's
you can put
Camilla.
some sense into my pig-headed brother. You're not from around here. That makes two of us.
Huh, she is very pretty.
I'd better get going.
Before I give her a letter from some guy I don't know and create town drama between the town bard. Everybody likes the town bard because he provides entertainment, but let's see who this Faendal character is. Said it was an elf. I think this is him.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village.
Ah, Bosmer. Wood elf, as they call themselves, or so wood elf or Bosmer as they call themselves. It's very rare to see one in Skyrim. That's very interesting. And in Whiterun, we have quite a. It's quite interesting. There's quite an eclectic group, so it's kind of cool to see, you know, something that you don't normally see out this far, out in the boonies. Well, I don't know Faendal, and I don't know Sven, but it seems like Sven is playing, instead of just talking to Camilla and just expressing himself and his feelings, it seems like he's trying to kind of pull one over on her and kick Sven to the curb, where I think the manly thing to do would be to proclaim his love to her and have her choose. Yeah, Sven wanted to deliver this letter to Camilla saying it was from you.
What is that blowhard up to now? So, he thinks he can turn Camilla against me. Two can play at this. Here, give this letter to Camilla and tell her it's from Sven. Let's see what she thinks of him after reading that.
It's just as bad. Huh, but he's good at archery. He could train me to be good at archery. It's kind of a neat skill. Or I could learn the bard skill from Sven. Huh. But if I want to get a job at the blacksmith and I piss off the the blacksmith by angering his one customer. That Faendale probably buys bows or arrows regularly from the blacksmith, and if I get on his bad side,
Good day.
I'm already in small town drama.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village.
So he seems to get along well. And Miss Whiterun, you had a lot more. The Bannered Mayor. I shouldn't. I mean, I still like the romanticness. I hope it doesn't wear off of the small town living. But I miss the amenities of the city, and it wasn't so boring. There's a lot going on. What to do? Should I help Sven, the hopeless romantic that's a fool that can't talk to the one that he loves? Or should I help the hardworking Bosmer wood elf who works at the mill and who she seems to like regardless? Like, she seems to favor the wood elf, but that might be also because she doesn't know the Nord's feelings for her. Yeah, that's a toughie. But since what's his name?
You're not from around here. That makes
Sven. Yeah, Sven the Bard. Since Sven doesn't have the courage to go talk to her himself, and he wants to play this silly game, I don't really think Faendale's that much better, because he's asking me to do the same thing. To give her false information. It's both fake letters. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give her the fake Sven letter because she already likes Faendale, so she's already leaning that way, and Sven decided not to man up and talk to her himself.
Another poem, I bet. He does know how to make a girl blush. What's this? If that oaf thinks all I'm going to do is stay in that filthy house of his and clean, You can tell Sven that he already has a mother. I'm not speaking to him anymore. All right, then.
Well, I probably won't stand in that much anyway. Only the first 2 nights till I get settled, so I guess I'm gonna miss out on some interesting tunes. But I might end up working at the lumber mill on the side and learning some archery. And it's probably the closer to what Carmilla wanted anyway. So we can find Faendale. Wonder if he's in the inn. Having a drink. Of course the inn is the one place where probably the whole town gathers. Listen to Sven's music and drink and be merry, so...
Buy Ysmir if it's simple and strong. I can forge it.
It's gonna be awkward. No matter what I do.
We got room
Well...
for food. Drink, too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell.
He says he has room, so there's no options. Weird. So we can find Faendale's house if he has a house. I don't know if the lumber hands or the bard sleeps in the inn or the lumber hand sleeps in the mill. Let's see. Who's this? Oh, there's Faendal. There's our guy.
Agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village. I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
Oh, that's not bad. It's a good way to
All right, then.
get a good start, get a leg up, and then I can also maybe learn some archery. And again, if I learn blacksmithing, I'm not going to be on the bad side of it as customers. So, you know, getting involved in small town drama, not my first. I probably should have said no, but it's a little bit of an adventure. And sometimes, you know, you don't need a big adventure. Sometimes you just need a ho-hum everyday slice of life, helping two people fall in love. All right, until next time, we'll see you for another side quest.